Hello from Porto Airport in northwestern Portugal. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. In case you're wondering if I'm going to say the name of the airport using appropriate Portuguese pronunciation, I'm probably going to fail, but I'll give it a go. Aeroporto Francisco Sá Carneiro. I've no idea if that's good, bad or indifferent. Apologies to all Portuguese speakers who are watching this. Today's flight is with easyJet from here in Porto to Funchal in Madeira. It's a trip I'm really looking forward to, particularly as Funchal is often spoken of as one of the most difficult airports to land at. I'm hoping that the pilots of today's easyJet A320 are going to find it very, very easy indeed. But we're going to be filming it all the way. The architecture is a big thing here at Porto Airport. If you look at the arrivals area, it has this amazing kind of oval-shaped concrete structure. It's very effective. There are a lot of people who are smoking outdoors. It makes a lot of sense to have a separate smoking area. I've come to the rather quiet end of arrivals. It's a pretty big airport. I've only ever been here once before, and it was a few years ago, just after I think it had been renovated, if that's what was happening. Those oval shapes downstairs in the arrivals area are echoed here in the departures area infrastructure. You can see that these great big beams, if I just do this, have that same kind of arc. And I suppose the arc is similar to the takeoff pattern, the takeoff shape of a flight, coming up and coming down. And what could be more effective in terms of architecture for an airport? I'm going to head straight through security, just in case there's additional checks here with regard to COVID, especially with regard to Madeira. I was required to fill out an online form showing my vaccination status before I would be able to get on this flight. So I am expecting for that to be checked. Let's make sure and get through quickly. See you on the other side. Behind me here, there's substantial queues at security. I'm going to switch off until we're through that. So I can see that my flight is listed here, EJU 7579 with easyJet to Madeira. Gate info is not available until 12 o'clock, so I have a half an hour to kill in the shops. Always a bad idea. I do like an old style departures gate. I remember the one in Dublin whenever I was a child. This reminds me a lot of that. And of course Madeira is showing up there. Still no gate info, of course, which is fine. Our descent straight away is into a duty-free store, but I don't think I get anything duty-free for travelling to Madeira. Not from Portugal to Madeira, as it is indeed Portugal. At last there is some air conditioning in here. My God, it's so warm. Whew. It's so weird to see cigarettes being sold. I haven't seen that in a duty-free for a couple of years. There is an impressive selection of shops and restaurants here at Porto Airport. It extends all the way down here where gates are running off to the side this way. And if I turn around, it's all the way back there as well. Little places to buy pottery, drinks, pastel de nata, pastries. I can see a burger joint. I don't know what I'm going to have. Does 11:30 mean lunchtime? I'm guessing it does. Don't at me, I'm getting a salad. The gate has just been announced, gate 20, and of course I was as far as it was possible to be from gate 20, so now I'm legging it up there. I'm assuming it'll just be queuing, and for this flight I purchased a seat up front, so that means I do have priority to get on, but you know how that can be. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Never mind, let's go find gate 20. It looks like gate number 20 is right at the far end of the airport in a budget area, I'm imagining. It's down these steps. Let's have a look. So apparently everybody is in speedy boarding. That might be because there's been a change in cabin bag policy. So you can only take on a trolley bag if you have paid extra. somehow or other I managed to get to the gate last and get through relatively quickly. So I'm not sure if this is going to be walking onto the A320 or there's going to be a little bus service. I guess we'll find out in a few seconds. I'm not entirely certain what the gate agent said, but we're being brought outside. Perhaps to wait outside in the fresh air. I don't know. I was wondering if this was going to be our A320 with easyJet. It may well be, since we've been moved outside. I thought we might be waiting for a craft to come in. I'm pretty certain that's our aircraft. It's still impressive to see one coming in when you're standing just right behind a little bit of plexiglass here. And we're off.
easyJet uses a standard 3-3-seat configuration. I was in row 1, seat F by the window.
Okay, so boarding was fine, super quick. There was some room up top for my bags, which is always handy. Sometimes when people are on in front, they can use up those spaces, so that's pretty good.
The seat is upholstered in orange and dark grey to suit easyJet's livery. There is heaps of leg room behind this partition in the first row on the right-hand side. The literature area is very strongly secured and was able to cope with my iPad easily.
This can be moved, which is quite handy. But on this side, it's fixed into position because this is holding the tray table. Let's have a look at that.
This tray table is impressively strong, whether in this folded position, which is for drinks, or when folded out to use with a laptop or an iPad. It's strong. Patrick approves. Overhead are individual climate controls, which you know I love, a reading light and a call bell. Good job. And then suddenly it's time to taxi and prepare for takeoff.
It's very hard for me to do this, so I might have to just turn it around. There is a mirror. This folds down so that you can change a baby. This is for your paper towels. There is a toilet for the production of toilet business.
Reassuringly, there is toilet paper and a flush for the removal of toilet business. Sounds. There are paper towels here and an air vent. There are more paper towels here. There is a small sink, water pressure, and some hand wash. Just checking the door is locked.
It really couldn't be any smaller in here. Let's head back. You can see the very nice pilots who conducted us here very safely. What nice guys. Okay, off we go. With the Madeira system, you have to follow a particular colour. I'm dark green, which means that my COVID papers have been scanned. So I followed the dark green until I was outside, and then there's a massive queue of people in the dark greens. So that was all very, very straightforward. They checked my QR code and everything was fine with that. Okay, I think there might be somebody here for me. Thanks so much for joining me for this episode of Planet Patrick and this flight review of the easyJet trip from Porto to Funchal and Madeira. I'm glad you could be here for this episode. I'd be so grateful if you consider subscribing. It's free, and if you press the little bell for notifications, you'll find out whenever I've posted a new flight or destination review. Thanks for being here. Take care. Bye bye.
I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick.